Kaos got that fire, boy.
I know she used to love me, used to have my back. Here it comes, bad luck, swooping like a black bag.
So we are getting into issue number 4 of THICKK Magazine, and I'm with LA and Portland's hottest emerging artists. So Kaos, I'd love to know your journey. How did you get into music?
Well, I guess I am probably the epitome of the hip hop culture. With my age, I'm a little bit older than the average rapper out there, but that, kind of gave me a lot of more exposure to all hip hop. So, I was that kid making tapes. I was that kid in the back of the room finding the best beats, finding the best songs, moving the party. I always was interested in DJing. So I always just kind of fell in love with the hip hop scene, and being in LA through the 80s and 90s, we got to be around some of the hardcore gangster hip hop. We got to see people like Eazy-E at the mall. We got to see Ice Cube. We got to grow up on hip hop as it was emerging from what they called a fad to what it is now, which is a lifestyle. So I think I always believed in that. The music always struck a chord with me and where I was from and where I grew up. Music really is a bonding thing for people, especially for those of us from different cultures and backgrounds.
It's beautiful. Who would you say are your favorite music artists, influences? Is it easy?
Well, yeah, that's a tough one. I mean, I grew up on Run DMC, LL Cool J, Beastie Boys, Big Daddy Kane, Eric B. and Rakim. I was very much East Coast influence. A lot of times people wonder where I'm from. The way I rap is very much East Coast influence, but very much West Coast style, I guess. Lyrical, I always believe lyrics are important. One of the things I always do is I think I got a killer ear for beats, so you really won't ever hear me rap on anything whack. Usually everything I do has a little bit of that.
Music fire.
Thank you. Everything I do has to have some kind of funk to
Yes.
it, some kind of something that makes you go, God, man, that guy is doing something. So, yeah.
But what would you say is your favorite song that you've worked on, and what's the meaning of that song?
I really started coming back into music because I have a teenage son now, and one of the best songs that I did, we actually came in the studio with Unique on Father's Day, and I remade a song that was literally like a how-to manual on how to be a man for my son.
Nice.
And we actually got my son to get on the track and do a little ad-libs on there, so that was a little bit of magic that Unique made in the studio. So that one's cool.
Dilf.
Yeah, no, don't say that. No, don't say that. My son's girlfriend already called me a dilf and got me in trouble. So you know what I mean. I can't be having that. Unless you got older legal sisters. Aunties are even better. Aunties are even better.
Nice. How's the music scene in LA growing up, and what has been the difference for you with music in Portland or artists in Portland?
I feel like when I came up in LA, we had a lot more community around hip hop.
Right.
There was a lot more park jams. There was a lot more support for artists and each other and the movement. And I feel like we've got away from building artists, and now we're so single based, and the way we consume music is differently now. So you don't see that same support. And I kind of see, all these young artists in Portland, talent. There's a lot of talent up here, but it's just so fragmented. I don't feel like we got our own movement. I feel like we tapped into the Bay, we tapped into LA, we tapped in down south, and we got transplants everywhere, just like LA always did, but LA always had kind of its sound. So I feel like Portland's kind of missing its sound and its movement.
So what is the sound of Portland? The 2023 sound. What do you bring into the scene?
Well, I would say Portland's sound and my sound might be slightly different, but Portland's kind of doing its own thing. They're kind of a product of what's going on right now in the musical scene, in radio, in what's being driven out there. What I kind of am doing, I'm trying to bring a little bit of that old school back with a little bit of the new school flavor, kind of bridge the gap A little bit of like teaching the youth, you know, not everybody
Right.
is my son.
And I'm from the 80s. I'm an 80s baby.
Yeah,
So
absolutely. I
love
miss
it.
that. I miss that.
Bring it all together. Old school, you know, hip hop, 80s, 90s, 2000s. Now
Lyrics,
it's been like
you know,
forever.
We're missing lyrics and beats and content.
Right.
Those are the things that we're really missing. You know, so I feel like we need to bring back quality back to the hip hop scene, and you know, bring it back a little bit of respect, and get out of the like mediocrity we've kind of fell into as far as lyrics and production value. You know, we got to make it a little more funky. You know?
Yeah.
We're missing that.
Exactly. What's coming up for your music? What is the legacy you want to leave behind for your fans?
I think one of the best things, well, at least what I like, is when people don't know I'm an artist and they see me perform. I think it's really unexpected. You know, I'm a new, old artist, so I think I have a lot of skills where people may not know me, but people back in LA know me. So getting my name going in Portland is a little bit different. But you know, it's like kind of getting my sound and getting my buzz on the streets, which has been going really well. Just doing a lot of shows. Trying to get out there, get some distribution this year, get some singles out there. I got a lot of projects I've been working on throughout the
He's
summer.
someone to watch, okay?
Yeah, well, that's you know, I like to come in under the gun. I like to come in under the gun, and I like to people be unexpected. So that's always the best thing. I come in, people don't know what to expect, and you hear the beats and you hear the lyrics, and you know, at the end of the day, I just want people to respect the craft. You know, respect what I bring to the culture. And, you know, that's real authenticity. That's, you know, someone that was raised in this, and something I would never fake.
Socials. Let's talk about socials.
Yeah.
How can people find your music? Where you're at?
Right now, you can find me on SoundCloud, YouTube, Instagram, Kaos Lost Angels. That's KAOSLOSTANGELS. Pretty much on every major platform. Like I said, I'm not really on streaming yet, but that's something we're working on. I'm going to be on some distribution. I'm going to be on some playlists. So, you know, just follow my Instagram and you can catch up on everything I'm doing.
Thank you for being here, and you will see him in THICKK Magazine issue number 4.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. That's Kaos.